just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify. And someone's head off, no human contact.
Yes, YouTube, welcome back. So we're in for episode 15, I believe, of Just the Start series, and we're down in Hobart for push 2. This is push 2. They're both very similar sessions. This is a little more lat focus at the end, just an extra set there, but pec, delt, bicep focus, triceps on my leg day. So we're 2 weeks left in this off season. It's been 126 weeks in this off season. It's been a long off season. It's been a productive one for sure. And we start the pre-prep in about 2 weeks. That's going to be about 4 weeks long, and then we move into about 2 to 3 weeks of reversing out. And then we have our prep start position, which is about middle of May, and that's 18 weeks out from the first show of the season. The aim this year is I'm going to do multiple shows across multiple federations. First time I'll be competing as not a natural athlete. Sorry, Mum. She knows anyway, don't worry. So yeah, it's going to be the first time competing in not natural federations. So it's going to be obviously a big step up in muscularity. But yeah, it's going to be a fun season for sure. Looking forward to it. So like I said, push today. I'll talk you through the session as we go along, and we'll get after it. Intra-workout nutrition. Now, as you can see here, I've got my intra here, essential aminos, carb powder. I think this is a Trained by JP one, my creatine, and a little bit of salt as well. Now, the timing of this is so important. Rule of thumb here, whatever time you have your pre-training meal, have this 2 hours later and you'll be bang on. Now, most people, their pre-training meal is going to be, I'd say 60 minutes to 120 minutes away from training. Again, that depends on the source. For me, I like oats before I train. So I have that about 90 minutes before I train. Then about 90 minutes to an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes before I train. And obviously that's going to take a little longer to digest. So then 2 hours later, 15 minutes when I'm in the gym, after I've maybe warmed up a touch, done any mobility, after I've done my ab work. By the time I'm on my first exercise, I'm then going to start this. So good rule of thumb, 2 hours after your pre-training meal, have your intra, and you're going to be bang on. So the first exercise here today is going to be incline press. A single set here. I've got 4 sets of pressing today. 2 sets on the granite flat press just next to me, and then 1 press on the Trained by JP granite kind of shoulder press, high incline press. Now, I'm just going to do 1 here, simply because it's super heavy in the short, and I feel like with 1 really good set, I can rinse that and then move on to an exercise, which lets me manipulate the profile so I get more effective work done for longer. Now, with my presses, the first one, I'm going to do quite substantial amount of feeders. Probably going to do 4 or 5 feeders here. I think last week I done like 3 1/4 plates per side, which is a little bit below what I should be doing. But I was just setting a moderate baseline that I can go and progress this week. So this week it'll be a lot closer to 4 plates, and I'm just going to work up plate at a time. So get a little closer, reduce the load and jumps, just to make sure I'm creating maximal readiness, minimal fatigue on my way up. A little tip here, if you're in a machine where the starting point is in that stretch and it just feels a little uncomfortable, just use some blocks. Just adjust that starting position slightly. Now what I would do here is I would release and then sink back into that stretch and then drive out. What a lot of people are going to do here is they're going to drive through into that short, and then you see them in the short and they're fucking shaking around. That's a lack of stability. So set yourself first, release, sink it in, and then drive out from the stretch. So last week was 3 1/4 plates per side for 13. That was the first time ever running this. So I'm still in that kind of skill acquisition last spot of training. Now, usually I promote obviously micro loading, but that's once you set baseline. I'm still kind of sending baseline here, so I'll probably do 3.5, maybe go for a rep, see how that feels. I might even squeeze up to 3 3/4, and then within a few weeks I'll be at 4 plates. Now, they're big jumps. That's not necessarily making progress. That's just finding, as your skill level improves, you're actually finding the level, you're creating that level of skill to match your strength. Once you've done that, you set baseline, then you can go in and you'll actually start building muscle there. Fuck it, felt good. Listen to this. So yeah, 3.5 plates move well, so we'll try 3 3/4. Not far off 4 plates here. That'll come next couple of weeks now, fairly quickly. So that's the incline press done. Now, that incline press shows why you should be bullish when you're setting baseline with your sessions, because that was, what was that? That was half a plate up per side and only 3 reps down compared to last week. So that's skill acquisition there. So be bullish early on. If you're confident, if you're feeling safe in the movement, be bullish and it'll pay off. And then when baseline is set, then you'll be at a higher point and you'll be a lot closer to failure and it'll be a lot more productive. That incline press is a good example of why you should be bullish in the early stages when setting baseline, when you're still building that skill acquisition with a new movement. Half a plate up per side and 3 reps down. So it was 3 1/4 plates per side for 13, and that was 3 3/4 plate. No, yeah, 3 1/4 plate per side for 13, and 3 3/4, one mouthful, for 10. So that's, you wouldn't usually get that. So that's still setting your skill acquisition, still setting baseline. So it's worth being bullish early on in your training. And super fucking productive. 2.5 plates, top and bottom last week, and then that was 11 reps, and then I just got 9 reps with 3 plates top, 3 plates bottom. My client Grant, if he watches this, and probably Morgan and a few others, will just say it's the drugs. I'll just say it's because I'm a mentality monster, bruv. No, obviously he's still setting baseline, so this is moving well. That felt fucking heavy though. Do you have to dig deep to find something? That was one of those moments. So that's 2 sets done on a flat press. Both sets were a full 20 kilos up, so that's a big jump. It definitely underloaded that last week, but I was just kind of finding the sweet spot with the seat position, the chest position as that adjusts forward, and just ensuring execution's bang on. But yeah, I was happy to take that jump this week, and I think I lost 2 reps for plus 20 kg, which is for pressing. That's absolutely fine. That's a fair trade-off. Now, 1 set for the Trained by JP Granite shoulder press. I treat this like a high incline press, so my hips are going to be forward a touch. You'll notice I'm not completely upright. I'm just going to have my hips forward, if you can see my hand, and there's going to be a high incline press. So again, I'm hitting those front delts by getting the upper pec that clavicular fibre involved as well. More bang for my buck. Just one set here. It's going to be loaded more to the length end, just so I can get more out of this. And this is the weight I used for a working set last week. I'm just going to go in for a feeder and then jump up a small amount in load. Now with this, what you'll notice, when it comes to the top set, I'm actually going to dead stop it just because the depth of the machine just kind of comes down to a sweet spot here. I probably want a little further, but I'd rather take it all the way and do a dead stop than just stop short, just to keep like continuous tension on. It's absolutely fine. So that's pressing done. Now we're into delt work, bicep work, then lat work. With the delt work here, we're going to do 2 sets of a single arm standing dumbbell lateral. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I prefer doing single arm work for kind of the body parts further away from the core. So delt, lats, arms, huge benefits, because you can use your non-working side to create even more stability and you can get more out of the exercise. You have to be mindful of recovery because there is extra work. Like doing a standing dumbbell lateral, dual arm, is 1 set. Doing it with single arm is going to be 2 sets. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, all I'm going to do here is hold on to the bench here for dear fucking life and just look to drive that upper arm in front of the rib cage, in front of the rib cage and away. Thinking of pushing my knuckles out. What a lot of people make the mistake of here, as soon as they hold something in their hand, you see this, or you see like that. Don't do that. Think of where does the delt connect to? Connects to the upper arm. So the upper arm needs to be the focus here. If you nail that, the connection is going to be great. But also, as well, you're going to find that your delts actually fucking respond and grow. Now, single arm cuff lateral. If you notice the height of the cable, it's around hip height, so it's obviously going to be heavier in our lengthened, and as I get weaker throughout the rep, it's going to drop off nicely. Now, the reason, a lot of people would say, why have you just got 1 set here, just do 3 sets of dumbbell laterals? If that works for you, it works for you. I love dumbbell laterals, but after like the 2nd set, I just find I don't get nowhere near as much out of it. I could do partials, but they're quite difficult to track, and I'll tend to do a little partial or 2 anyway. But for me, it's much more beneficial to do 2 sets there, exhaust that shortened range, and then come here, do 1 set where I can obviously match the strength profile to the resistance profile, and I'm going to get so much fucking more out of it. And that's what we're going to see here. If I'd done that 3rd set over there, you'd probably see maybe 1 or 2 really difficult reps. Then, due to the profile, I won't be able to get more. Where here, I'll be able to grind through a number of reps and be more effective. Better than a cuff lateral. Hopefully from this session you'll see my answer here. Neither is better. They both have their place, they both have their purpose within the session, And my opinion with anything, when it's people choose, is it this or that, is it one or two, do both. Do your dumbbell laterals first, that makes sense, it's a congruent strength profile relative to the session, and then do a single arm cuff lateral focused on that length and the mid-range, and you get so much more out of your training. Don't be in the camp of I have to do one, I have to do the other, old school, new school. Do both. So that's Delt boxed off. Now into some bicep work. Similar with my Delt work, 2 sets here, single arm cable curl. Then I'm going to do a single arm facing away curl. Again, focus on that stretch position, getting that upper arm behind the rib cage so that biceps lengthened. And just looking to get the most, obviously, out of the whole profile of the muscle. For some, that's probably overthinking it, but like, I put absolutely everything into my bodybuilding, training-wise, nutrition-wise, sleep routine. I'm in bed at the same time every night. So why wouldn't I push myself knowledge-wise and skill-wise to get a little more on my training? It all adds up. Now, if you're just looking to make progress and you're just starting, this is probably unnecessary unless you enjoy it. Just get in, get after it, pick movements that feel good and you're safe. But the further you get into your training, the more nuanced you're going to have to become to actually make progress. Now we're into the last bicep exercise, just a single arm facing away curl. Simply just looking, if you look at the height of the cable, just looking for it to be nice and heavy in that stretch and then drop off as I drive through, as I get weaker. Similar to the Delt work, again, I've just got the bench here and I'm going to use my non-working side to create as much stability as possible. Just 1 set, both arms here, and then onto the pull down, and then we're wrapped up. Maybe we'll get some posing done. So that's Delt's biceps done. Now last exercise here, 2 sets on the Trained by JP granite pull down. This is a fucking belter. It's probably one of my favorite pieces here. And it's, the pin loaded nautilus pull down is very good, but this is probably better because you can adjust the profile. So first set here, I've got split weight, 50-50, top and bottom. Technically top and middle if you're looking at like normal, like usual prime kit and usual adjustable kit. So yeah, 50%. Then I'll just move about half the load from the bottom to the top as I go through the set. I'll be honest, pretty fucking cunted now, so we're just going to get after it and maybe get some posing done when we're done here. So that's one set per side done. Now we're on to the last set for each side. 2 sets, and then we're fucking done. So, as you can see, I've moved most of the load. Instead of it being 50-50 split, I've moved most of the load to the top. What I've actually done, because that set was like 15, 16 reps, setting baseline here, so I wasn't 100% sure. I'm just gonna add an extra plate to the top. So this is actually 20 kilo heavier. And this should bring me down nicely in the rep range. But I put it on that top just because this machine, when you load the top, it's really nice. It's a really nice drop off. I still like a little in the bottom just to make sure that there is some there. Otherwise it feels like it's almost moving itself. So a little in the bottom is just going to help create more ability to create contraction in that shortened position. I am fucked. Woo!